aesthetically. You don't bring like the panache, the showmanship I look for like in a woman.
So what's
like
that?
Like when I walk anywhere I go, like, you know, people notice me. People notice how I look, how I dress, how I move. I just want someone with the same energy. And I'm not saying you don't have it.
Oh, okay.
Just,
So I was like, I
the same
definitely get
thing.
main character because I
Yeah.
never walked in a room and I was not, attention was not on me. So that was a little surprising. I'm actually surprised.
Keep in mind we're splitting hairs. Like all of y'all are like exceptions. So I gotta split hairs. You with foreheads, all this other stuff. So.
He's trying to say my forehead big.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another exciting episode of Pop the Balloon or Find Love. But this is not the Pop the Balloon or Find Love show. This is actually an older man, that's me, and my name is Marvin Kane. And I will be giving my reaction to the famous dating show, Pop the Balloon or Find Love. So the way it works is that Arlette is going to bring out the next single woman, and then I'll be giving you my reaction step by step. So here we go. All right, here are our guys.
Welcome in. I'll have you hold that. What's your name?
Okay, what's she selling? What do you think? Sometimes people don't like my opinions. She's showing all her legs. Her top is like a little open, but it's a very sexy design. It's to make you think of her in one way only. Head full of hair. She's holding the mic. She's looking at Arlette. She's bent back. Look at how her legs are turned in. She's a mess, if you ask me. I don't like her outfit because it takes the attention off of who the person she is deep inside. It puts attention just on her body. So she's just selling her body. She's not selling her mind. What does she want? Nothing.
Shelly.
Shelly, how old are you?
I'm 24.
24, and what do you do?
I work in finance and I also model on the side, and then I am going to school for my bachelor's degree in business administration.
All right. And what do you look for in a man?
I like a man that can have conversation and also work out disagreements because those happen. That have goals, aspirations, that also want to do things that travel and be of interest because I don't like doing the same thing. So.
Okay. And now, what are some of your deal breakers when it comes to men?
Deal breakers, I would say, too many kids. So you can have kids, but too many kids. I would say more than two would be a deal breaker for me.
Okay.
So, another deal breaker would be, I would say not wanting to be a little bit more open to things. Like, I like to have my own mindset. I like an alpha male, but I also like, you to take in my input and where I'm coming from with things.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And now, what are some things you like to do for fun?
Travel, shopping. Yeah, like I just like doing different things.
Okay.
So. Very spontaneous. I'm a Sagittarius, so
okay.
gotta keep up.
All right. So as we see here, none of the guys has popped their balloon yet. So
Now, she's a very interesting person. She speaks well. She's very articulate. She's in school. She's taking care of herself. I don't buy it. I really don't. You come out of here with all this intelligence, all this knowledge, and you are selling your body. You don't even have underwear on. You got little strips on the side that show your nakedness, that you're naked. I mean, that's not what these men are looking for. Yes, we are attracted to it. So they're hoping there's more substance to you than what you are actually showing them. And you did great talking. You're not as open-minded as you want us to believe you are. I mean, you did throw up some red flags about you want an alpha male, you want to put your input in. All right, why say alpha male? Why not say a leader? I mean, you're kind of hooked into that cultural feministic mindset where we put men against women. And that seems like where she is. So that's just my opinion. I have not seen this show. I don't know what's going to happen, but she is definitely not a catch for me. That's not a woman in that outfit I would take home to mom. Yeah, she could change her clothes, and she should have. I could take everything she said a little more serious. If she was dressed like Arlette and she said the things that she said, I could take her more serious.
I'm actually going to switch it on over to you.
Okay.
I'm going to have you hold this. So for the first round, I'm going to have you pop two guys' balloons just based off of, who doesn't really fall into what your type is.
Okay.
Then once you pop them, I'll go ahead and ask you, what kind of made them not fall
And
into
there
your
are
type. So
7.
you can go ahead and pop those two.
All right. Let me see.
Okay, and one more.
They don't even want to look at her.
Okay, let's start right here.
Okay.
Okay, if we can have your name and age.
I'm Styles, I'm 33.
Okay, and Styles, why did you leave your balloon unpopped?
I wanted to know a little bit more about her. She came out here and told us what her deal breakers were, and I didn't really feel like that gave me enough information to see what was about or what she was about. So
Okay.
I waited.
Okay. And now, Shelly, why did we end up popping his balloon?
So I mean, you're definitely handsome, but I just kind of popped my balloon because you're shorter than me with heels. So that was just kind of like a deal breaker because I kind of look down and want to look up. So
I just want to say for the record, I climb trees, and I'm just short because of this lineup. You feel me?
Yeah.
But I'm cool. I'm cool. Yeah.
understandable. I just have my experience with short men. I feel like y'all have short man syndrome, so y'all be a little bit extra, because you're
have
short.
experience with the mature man.
Oh, maybe that might be it. But I mean, I tried it a couple times and
I
same
understand.
thing happened.
Same environment, same
Bro,
pool.
run. She's not the
Welcome to
one.
Arizona.
You got a point.
Thank
Arizona
you.
is definitely a different breed.
Let's go down here. If we can have your name and age.
Isaac, I'm 28.
All right. And Isaac, why did you leave your balloon unpopped for Shelly?
She seemed interesting. I just want to hear more of what she had to say.
Okay. All right. And now, why do we end up popping his?
I just ended up popping him because he's not someone that I would particularly go for. I mean, it's just something. Not the style is just not my style. I don't.
What
think
is
we
wrong
would
with
fit
him?
together.
Isaac is awesome.
Okay. All right, cool.
That's pretty much it.
Count that as a
All right,
compliment.
So we still have quite a few balloons unpopped. Did you have a question for the guys to go ahead and help you narrow it down?
Yeah. So the question that I have is,
She's not going to find a partner. What's your
do
question?
you not like to travel?
Do you not
Okay.
like to
We can
travel?
have your
Really?
name and age and the answer
That
to your
is
question.
so empty.
My name is Preston. I'm 29. I definitely love to travel. I'm going to LA next weekend, Colombia.
Oh, do you have your passport?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Like it.
Name and age, and do you like to travel?
How are you doing? I'm Connor. I'm 27. I like to travel, passport, all that. But I feel like that question wasn't deep enough. Give me something better. I thought we were trying to find love here.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So like, how do you handle disagreements in a relationship?
It's crazy you asked that, 'cause that's the question I was going to ask you. But I think with any human interaction, whether it's your team or your girlfriend, whatever, you want to lead with grace and patience. And so if there's an argument, that means that y'all are not on the same page for some reason. So instead of thinking, this is my standpoint, you need to think, okay, why is she upset? And then how can I bridge that gap? That's at least my mindset.
Ooh, I like that. Open communication is important.
Do you want to do the travel or the disagreement question?
Disagreement.
Okay, cool. Name and age, and how do you
She's
handle
following
disagreement?
the lead.
My name's Keyshawn. They call me Key. And honestly, I'm 26. Honestly, when it comes to disagreements, I think just understanding that it's not you and your partner versus like each other. It's you and your partner versus the problem, and just communicating your feelings and not holding anything back, because if you hold something back, that's going to lead to resentment. So just communication and just making sure that I'm hearing you out and I'm not just saying my side.
Okay, I like it. Oh, y'all making
Actually,
this
go
hard.
back to him because we didn't hear how he handles disagreements.
So my name, age.
No, you could just answer.
Oh, like you said earlier, I think disagreements is like you and your partner versus the problem. I think sometimes you gotta kind of like sit down with each other and say, okay, what is the problem we have and how are we not connecting? And if it get too heated, which it shouldn't be if you're both adults, you should be able to say, okay, let's write down what's problem I'm having, write down what problem you have. Let's read each other's paper and see how can we help that person in that area.
Okay. All right. Your name and age, and how do you handle disagreements?
I'm Rico, I'm 24, and disagreements, there's like an understanding. I feel like disagreements come with a lot of miscommunication, and if you kind of have like a better understanding within each other, it wouldn't be no disagreement. Like kind of touch back what he says, it's kind of like not y'all arguing with each other, you versus me and you versus each other, kind of us attacking the problem, if that make more sense.
Okay. I think y'all just saying stuff to make me say, all right. But we'll see.
All right. Your name and age, and how do you handle disagreements?
My name is Henri. I'm 24. how do I handle a disagreement? That's a tough one. No, for real, because, like, I mean, what are we disagreeing for? You know what I mean? So
I'm gonna go ahead and pop your balloon just because we are all human, so we are gonna have disagreements. So we need a better answer to that. So I'm gonna pop the balloon.
He don't
off of
have
that.
one.
Yeah.
she threw me off. I didn't even have an answer, to be honest. Like, what do you mean we're disagreeing right now?
Because we are human. We're not always gonna if we
No,
are
absolutely.
always agreeing, then I feel like then somebody's not being truthful. You know, so I'm a very blunt person, honest. So I mean, if I'm feeling some type of way, I'm gonna communicate that for you, and I want us to have that conversation, that dialogue, to get to an understanding,
Absolutely.
and to move forward.
No, I mean, all jokes
She is
aside, I mean,
impatient.
communication, just honestly hearing each other out. You know, sometimes might just be a one-way street because y'all both so heated. I think it's.
Why you still
like,
talking?
how
She
I
popped your
go
balloon.
about it is I give myself a little space, you know, because I know, like, if I keep like entertaining whatever the disagreement is, it's just gonna be. So it's just best for me to step back and then honestly reflect on what we spoke about, and then kind of come back later and just like, hey, look, I know I said this. It may upset you. I know you said this. I didn't like the way it came out. Whoa. We could probably work on it, but that's how I would handle it. Yeah.
Gotcha. Space is important, but I can't go to sleep mad. So I mean, we're gonna have to work it out to something about like when we're gonna
It's not much of a
reconvene.
space. Like, I'm a
To talk
Sag,
about it.
So I don't like to feel like I'm being pushed so much. I like to feel like, yo, you're not all up on my face.
They all
too
pop
much.
That
Okay.
makes sense.
You know what I
That
mean?
makes sense
so,
for sure.
Yeah.
Too much, you
Yeah.
know, need space to kind of recollect
Yeah,
our thoughts.
absolutely.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I see
All right,
what
cool.
you're saying.
Thank you. All right, where did we end up hopping?
I don't know. It's kind of like listen to what she said. Kind of like we're humans. Like we're always gonna have disagreements. Like I don't know. It feel like a little bit too problematic for me. If I can put it into words. Not to say like I'm dodging anything, but it's like
Well, he did say in his comment we shouldn't have problems. We shouldn't have disagreements.
I said, with understanding and like with your peer, you'll come to a point where it's like, if it's really a healthy love, you'll be surprised there wouldn't be that many disagreements. Like, I feel like we're all like adults, so like if you find your person that is supposed to be for you, that God put in your life, that you'll be surprised that it wouldn't be that rough on the edges. Like, you won't have to argue with him. Like, you'll try to argue and he would just always have some comforting words to put you at ease.
Yeah.
So I believe, like, there's always a way to dodge your disagreements because, like, what are we arguing for? Like what he said, if we supposed to be in love. And that's what kind of take away love because people feel like we're loved. You just going to have to, we don't have to.
Yeah.
It's a choice.
That is a very disillusional statement he's making. I think he said he's 24. Yep, it shows.
And I get what you're saying, like, and I'm not trying to say like, oh, all the time is gonna be arguments, but I do understand. Like, I've been in a couple of relationships, arguments do happen, so that's why I was saying, like, you know, saying, oh, like, what are we disagreeing for? It's not always.
But to touch on what you
rainbows
said, you've been in a lot of relationships. That is not me.
Okay,
It's not me at the end of the day.
Okay,
So
that's
just
cool,
because
that's
what
cool.
you've been
That's why
through.
you popped your balloon. It's not for you. All right.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. So, ooh, okay, we
That's
got to
right.
pop right
Keep
here. Where did we
popping
end
them.
up popping our balloon?
Because she's not
Just,
a catch.
Aesthetically, you don't bring like the panache, the showmanship I look for, like in a woman.
So
just
what's
like
that?
I do. Like when I walk anywhere I go, like, you know, people notice me. People notice how I look, how I dress, how I move. I just want someone with the same energy. And I'm not saying you don't have it.
Okay,
It's just,
so I was
you know,
like,
it's
I
not the same
definitely get
thing.
main
It's not the
character
same-
because
Yeah.
I never walked in a room and I was not, you know, attention was not on me. So that was a little surprising. I'm
Yeah.
actually
I mean,
surprised.
keep in mind we're splitting hairs. Like all of y'all are like exceptional. So you know, I gotta split hairs. You with foreheads, you know, and then all this other stuff. So.
He's trying to say my forehead big. Oh, we.
Okay. Thank you. All
This is
right.
silly.
So, Shelly, we have 2 balloons left. Guys, did you all have a question for Shelly?
Yeah, I have a question.
Okay.
So my question, Shelly, is
Yeah.
how do you view personal development?
Yeah, I feel like personal development, I feel like you should have essentially, like, I like to call it measurable goals, like goals that you hit in a certain time frame and actually have steps to get to that point in life. Like, for example, I'm going to school for my bachelors in business administration. So my goal is to complete that within, 5 years or less, because I am working finance, working full time. So I'm just trying to manage the both and be able to complete that within 5 years is my goal. So just making sure I'm taking those steps to get there.
All right, second question to this. So if you're unmotivated one day, do you work out?
Yes, I do.
So if you're not feeling like you want to go to the gym, what would you do?
Well, I take pre-workout in the morning, so that's not something really I have trouble doing, but I just kind of know like where I want to be as far as my body type. So that kind of keeps me motivated because I know where I want to be as far as my overall physical appearance. So it's more so like what I know.
Okay, why did we end up popping?
That's obvious.
Why you don't feel like I'm being honest?
I asked you a very straight question. I don't feel like you're being honest with me. I asked like, if you're not motivated in the morning to go to the gym or not, how do you say motivated? You say you're very like, into your physical appearance.
Yeah. I work out to look good. That's, I mean, I know some people work out for fitness and stuff, and that's a plus, but I work out to look good. So if I don't look good,
Well, that's how you work out.
So,
Last time you worked out?
I worked out literally last week.
That's my.
Then she lied. This is what I was saying about her. She's just not going to tell the truth because she didn't come out there for that. Liars are always liars. They're going to lie on every little thing. They look for opportunities not to tell the truth. And she playing the fact that she's a good speaker, she's a good communicator, but she's not an open, honest communicator. I am not surprised. She was not a catch. Maybe one day, but not with that outfit. She's sending a wrong message. Can't take it seriously.
Okay. Just because I don't go to the gym every day doesn't mean I don't.
I respect
fitness.
that. Yeah, everybody's body's different.
Yeah.
So you want someone that works out every day? Is that
No, that's not the
Right.
No, it's not necessarily
I was like,
work out
just
every day. Not necessarily every day. It's more of like.
Okay. Because my goal is like 3 to 4 times a week, because that's manageable, right?
Okay.
I gotta.
So you should have understood the question when he says, when you're not motivated, you're like, well, that doesn't apply to me because every day I do a pre-workout when I get up. His question is when you don't feel like it, though. Just like you were saying, we're humans, we're going to have arguments. He's saying we're humans and you're not going to be consistent. And you're like, oh, but yeah, I am. And then all of a sudden, he asks you the golden question. When was the last time you worked out? Last week. You lied. And then the other guy pops. Are you paying attention? I'm paying attention.
Have a goal that's manageable. If I have a goal that's, I got to work out 7 days a week, I'm not going to be able to manage that. And then I'm not going to.
That's not realistic.
Let it go.
Right.
Let it go.
Right.
Let it go.
Okay.
Mindset I was going
Go
for.
ahead.
More like, actually, when last time you worked out, you said last week.
Yeah.
You just said now you work out 3-4 times a week.
Right.
So it's already Friday. You got 2 days left. You follow me? So I sound like you're being honest with me.
Okay.
But I mean, you might have some stuff going on. So
Yeah.
you feel me? But,
Yeah. I mean, you're not going to always be able to get to that point. I mean,
Yeah,
but I see what you're saying.
respect.
You got
And now,
caught.
Shelly, is he your type though?
Yeah, he's my type. I like dark skinned men. Kind of like eye and eye with heels, but still very handsome.
He's still taller than you. What are you saying? She's delusional.
Nah, baby.
Okay.
What did he say?
He said we're not eye to eye.
You're not eye to eye.
Okay.
I mean, we're close. I'm not saying like we're super eye to eye, but
You
we're
wanna
not
see?
like.
How tall are you?
You want to see? Come on. Can we got out? Exactly.
He's like 6 inches.
We are not eye to eye. You're right.
That's right, though. I respect it, though. I respect.
All right, let's go on to our next guy.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, why did we end up popping our balloon?
I popped because I was listening to you the whole time. I was trying to get some more information. Obviously, we have very little to deal with, with
Right,
the situation.
for sure.
But I seen, the answers and the questions you were asking, it just seemed very like surface level. I felt like I couldn't really read you any deeper, and I'm very big on like being in tune with your emotions, being in tune with yourself. And I know we're in a weird experience, but I
For
just
sure,
wanted
that's
to.
definitely what it is.
Yeah, exactly. But I just felt like I wanted you to open up a little bit more, and it felt like you judging the height, and then you only work out just for appearance. I'm very big on the stuff deeper than that, because you can look like I'm skinny, but I can still be super unhealthy and stuff. So
Understandable.
Okay. All right. And now
But you're
is
not her
he
type.
your type?
I don't particularly go for like brown skin, light skin. I'm more so dark skin, but like your energy.
I got dark skin tendencies.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, exactly. And what you said about like energy, like I'm really big on energy and vibes and stuff like that. So I really did get like a good vibe from you. Want to know a little
She
bit
is
more.
silly,
So,
but she's nice.
okay, yeah.
All right. Well, Shelly, that is all the balloons popped. Unfortunately, we weren't able to find you a match today, but thank you so much for coming on.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and give it up for her. I'll take that. The mic.
Oh yes.
Well, all right. Okay, guys, listen. Shelly's a very nice woman, pleasant, kind, but she don't know herself yet. She hasn't figured out who she is yet. She's still fumbling. You see how her legs were? They like her toes are like pushed in together like pigeon toed. She is just goofy. She's a nice goofy though. She's a good woman. She just needs to lower her standards a little bit because the level she's placed her standards are not the levels that's going to make her happy. But she doesn't know that yet. She hasn't experienced enough in life. So, people should be on this show after they have achieved a couple of things in relationships. She hasn't achieved it. She's still in search mode. So I think these guys are survivors. I don't think any relationship with any of these men with her would have been healthy or had any type of longevity to it. So the fact that there was not a match made is actually a good thing. So we want to thank you for watching this episode where an older man, that's me, Marvin Kane, gives my reaction to the popular dating show Pop the Balloon or Find Love. So this has been fun. If you like what you heard or saw, put it in the comments. If you didn't like it, you thought we should have said it better, you just completely disagree with me, put it in the comments. Or you just have a different point of view. I want to hear your point of view. Do you think that she's delusional? I know some of the women find offense with that word, but it also applied to the other guy too. I applied it to the guy. I'm an equal opportunity offender, if you want to call it that way. So this has been fun. So don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Help us to grow. And as always, remember this.